Alicia, y'all. Hey, girl, hey. Betwabu, Betwabu. 6. Betwabu, everybody. Betwabu. Okay, all right. All right, y'all. It is Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. It is March the 25th, 2020. We're on day 106. 2 Kings 6, 7, and 8. Oh, y'all, please make them blind. All right, y'all, I'm going to get right to it. Run a little bit behind today. Trina, Betwabu, Betwabu. Hey, girl, hey. Okay, y'all. Let's get started. I'm already running a little bit late. 2 Kings chapter 6. I feel like I got a frog in my throat, y'all. Hold on. I need some more water. Okay. Okay. I logged on Facebook last night. Well, when I went to check, scroll through, I had saw that my videos were missing because when you post live, I automatically save all my videos anyway. But I got another page, and just in case, there is another page that I've had for years. It's my Bible study page, but that's shucks. I didn't have that page up since like 2015 or whatever. But it's Pamela's 90-day Bible reading plan challenge. I think today I'm going to post a link under here just in case, because I'm not sure if it was just a glitch last night or if Facebook is actually testing something. But a lot of people were freaking out. They said, oh my God, they removed all the church videos, anybody pastor teaching, all this stuff. So it caught my attention. I hadn't looked before then until I saw the messages and stuff. I'm like, let me scroll through. So I scrolled through. I said, wait, let me go back to my page. I ain't praying or preaching. I'm simply reading about, but I realized all my videos was gone too. All the live that I actually posted to the timeline, they were still in the video section, but they just weren't on the timeline anymore. So I went back to some of the other posts, looking on people's pages that I knew that were preaching. Then I started reading some of the comments, was going through, and realized people were freaking out. It wasn't just the people who are preaching or praying or teaching or whatever. It was everybody's live video. So for some reason, there was a glitch, or like I said, Facebook could have been testing something with the live videos. I don't know, somebody maybe, I don't know, they were doing updates or whatever. But for a couple hours, last night, because I looked, probably about 10 something, maybe 11. For a couple hours last night, all the live videos were gone from Facebook. People were saying that you could still see them on the computer, but you couldn't see them on the mobile. For some reason, I didn't get up and actually check the computer. But when I woke up, probably like 3 in the morning, I looked at it again, see if they were back, and all the live videos were back. So, they were probably just doing an update or something like that. But I said all that to say, just in case it was a test run or something, they removing people, I don't know. They may remove my page altogether simply because it has the word Bible in the title of the page. I don't know. But if they do, for some reason, ban the videos because reading the Bible has anything to do with whatever, go to that page. If that page is not there, hey, then I don't know what to tell you. Then I guess I'm done reading it on Facebook, or it won't be live. I'll just, when I record it, because I upload them to my YouTube page every day too, because there's people over there that watch it that's not on Facebook. So the live videos every day, I save them to my phone and I upload them to the Bible page on Facebook, and I also upload it to the YouTube channel. So if by some reason they decide to do away with it, you can go to YouTube and watch them there, and then I guess I'll learn how to do the live over there and read it. But if I can't do that, I just read it and then I upload it. So just in case. So I don't know. To kill my page, put me in Facebook jail for some reason, or if I just disappear and y'all can't find me, is because they done put me in Facebook jail for saying something they didn't want me to say, or they just booted us all together. So, and I ain't gonna fight with people. So, and I probably won't create another. We probably won't create another page either. We just be gone from Facebook for a while. But those of y'all that know me know how to get in touch with me. You got my number, got my email. You know where I live. All right. So with that being said, okay. 2 Kings chapter 6. And the sons of the prophet said unto Elisha, Behold now, the place where we dwell with thee is too strait for us. Let us go, we pray thee, unto Jordan, and take thence every man a beam, and let us make a place there where we may dwell. And he answered, Go ye. And one said, Be content, I pray thee, and go with thy servants. And he answered, I will go. So he went with them, and when they came to Jordan, they cut down wood. As one was felling a beam, the axe head fell into the water, and he cried and said, Alas, master, for it was borrowed. And the man of Yahuwah said, Where fell it? And he showed him that place, and he cut down a stick and cast it in thither, and the iron did swim. Therefore he said, Take it up to thee. And he put out his hand and took it. Then the king of Syria warred against Israel, and took counsel with his servants, saying, In such and such a place shall be my camp. And the man of Yahuwah sent unto the king of Israel, saying, Beware that thou shalt not pass such a place, for thither the Syrians are come down. And the king of Israel sent to the place which the man of Yahuwah told him and warned him of, and saved himself there, not once nor twice. Therefore the heart of the king of Syria was sore troubled for this thing. And he called his servants and said unto them, Will ye show me which of us is for the king of Israel? And one of the servants said, None, my lord, O king, but Elisha the prophet that is in Israel telleth the king of Israel the words that thou speakest in thy bedchamber. How would you like that? He ain't eavesdropping, but he gets information directly from Yah, and tell your business. And when the servant of the man of Yah was arisen early and gone forth, behold, a host encamped both the city with horses and chariots. And his servant said unto him, Alas, my master, how shall we do? And he answered, Fear not, for they that be with us are more than they that be with them. And Elisha prayed and said, Yahuwah, I pray thee, open his eyes that he may see. And Yahuwah opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw, and behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariots of fire round about Elisha. And when they came down to him, Elisha prayed unto Yahuwah and said, Smite this people, I pray thee, with blindness. And he smote them with blindness according to the word of Elisha. Let me tell y'all something. I get so excited when I read this, because there is nobody who can call on our God like we can, and he act immediately. Oh, that Yahuwah's people will open their eyes and realize that we should only be calling on him and not any other deity's name or a person that they've made into a deity, or praying in anybody else's name to get to him. We are only to talk to him alone. I tell y'all, when I got that, my prayers began to be answered so much more quickly, and I hear y'all so much more quickly, because I'm not, Father, I come to you in the name of. No, I'm your child. I get to come to you directly. We get to come to him directly. We can call him by name, but even more so, we can be intimate with him and we say, Oh, Father, just like he said, Oh, Yah, oh, Father, open his eyes that he may see that there are more with us than it is with them. And Yahuwah immediately opened his eyes. And then he said, not only that, Father, but strike all these men who have come here to attack us with blindness. And Yahuwah immediately, he struck them with blindness. That's the power that Israel has. Only if Israel would wake up and realize first that we are Israel, and then we will have the power. Only we can call him to come. He said, when we call him, we're going to call him, not the church. Not that the church doesn't have part, but the church is grafted into Israel. And when they believe in our God, and when they begin to line up and follow the commandments like Israel does, then they also become Israel. Israel has the power to call on y'all, not the European converts who are standing in a portion of our land, fooling the entire world. I'm telling you, bruh, Israel, wake up. And Elisha said unto them, This is not the way, neither is this the city. Follow me, and I will bring you to the man whom ye seek. But he led them to Samaria. And it came to pass, when they that were coming to Samaria, that Elisha said, Yahuwah, open the eyes of the men that they may see. And Yahuwah opened their eyes, and they saw, and behold, that they were in the midst of Samaria. And the king of Israel said unto Elisha, when he saw them, My father, shall I smite them? Shall I smite them? And he answered, Thou shalt not smite them. Wouldest thou smite those whom thou hast taken captive with thy sword and with the bow? Set bread and water before them, that they may eat and drink, and go to their master. And he prepared great provision for them. And when they had eaten and drunk, he sent them away, and they went to their masters, so that the bands of Syria came no more into the land of Israel. And it came to pass after this, that Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, gathered all his hosts, and went up and besieged Samaria. And there was a great famine in Samaria, and behold, they besieged it, until an ass's head was sold for 80 pieces of silver, and a fourth part of a cab of dove's dung for 5 pieces of silver. And as the king of Israel was passing by upon the wall, there cried a woman unto him, saying, Help, my lord, O king. And he said, If Yahuwah doth not help thee, whence shall I help thee? Out of the barn floor, or out of the winepress? And the king said unto her, What aileth thee? And she answered, This woman said unto me, Give thy son, that we may eat him today, and we will eat my son tomorrow. So we boiled my son, and did eat him. And I said unto her on the next day, Give thy son, that we may eat him. And she hath hid her son. And it came to pass, when the king heard the words of the woman, that he rent his clothes, and he passed upon by the wall. And the people looked, and behold, he had sackcloth within upon his flesh. Then he said, God do so more also to me, if the head of Elisha the son of Shaphat shall stand on him this day. But Elisha sat in his house, and the elders sat with him. And the king sent a man from before him. But the messenger came to him, and he said to the elders, See how this son of a murderer hath sent to take away my head? Look, when the messenger cometh, shut the door, and hold him fast at the door. It is not the sound of his master's feet behind him. And while he yet talked with him, behold, the messenger came down unto him, and he said, Behold, this evil is of Yahuwah. What should I wait for Yahuwah any longer? All right, y'all. 2 Kings chapter 7. Then Elisha said, Hear ye the word of Yahuwah. Thus saith Yahuwah, Tomorrow about this time shall a measure of fine flour be sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel in the gate of Samaria. Then the Lord, on whose hand the king leaned, answered the man of Yahuwah and said, Behold, if Yahuwah would make windows in heaven, might this thing be? And he said, Behold, thou shalt see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not eat thereof. He didn't believe what the prophet had just said. He said, even if it was windows in heaven, this thing couldn't possibly happen tomorrow. He said, the prophet said, tomorrow about this time. He said, impossible, pretty much. And he said, and because you didn't believe, you're not even going to get to taste it. Verse 3, and there were 4 leprous men at the entering in of the gate, and they said to one another, Why sit we here until we die? If we say we will enter into the city, then the famine is in the city, and we shall die there. And if we sit still here, we die also. Now therefore come, and let us fall into the host of the Syrians. If they save us alive, we shall live, and if they kill us, we shall but die. And they rose up in the twilight to go into the camp of the Syrians. And when they were come to the utmost part of the camp of Syria, behold, there was no man there. For Yahuwah had made the host of the Syrians to hear a noise of chariots and a noise of horses. Even the king of Israel hath hired against us the kings of the Hittites and the kings of the Egyptians to come upon us. Wherefore they arose and fled at twilight, and left their tents and their horses and their asses, even the camp as it was, and fled for their life. And when these lepers came to the uttermost part of the camp, they went into one tent, and did eat and drink, and carried thence silver and gold and raiment, and went and hid it, and came again, and entered into another tent, and carried thence also, and went and hid it. Then they said to one another, We do not well. This day is a day of good tidings, and we hold our peace. If we tarry till the morning light, some mischief will come upon us. Now therefore come, that we may go and tell the king's household. So they came and called unto the porter of the city, And they told them, saying, We came to the camp of the Syrians, and behold, there was no man there, neither the voice of a man, but the horses tied, the asses tied, and the tents as they were. And he called the porters, and they told it to the king's house within. And the king arose in the night, and said unto his servants, I will now show you what the Syrians have done to us. They know that we be hungry. Therefore are they going out of the camp to hide themselves in the field, saying, When they come out of the city, we shall catch them alive and get into the city. And one of his servants answered and said, Let some take, I pray thee, 5 of the horses that remain which are left in the city. Behold, there is all the multitude of Israel that are left in it. Behold, I say, there even as all the multitude of the Israelites that are consumed. And let us send and see. And they took therefore 2 chariot horses, and the king sent after the host of the Syrians, saying, Go and see. And they went after them unto the Jordan, and lo, all the way was full of garments and vessels which the Syrians had cast away in their haste. And the messengers returned and told the king. And the people went out and spoiled the tents of the Syrians. So a measure of fine flour was sold for a shekel, and 2 measures of barley for a shekel, according to the word of Yahuwah. And the king appointed the Lord, on whose hand he leaned, to have the charge of the gate. And the people trode upon him in the gate, and he died, as the man of Yahuwah had said, who spake when the king came down to him. And it came to pass, as the man of Yahuwah had spoken to the king, saying, 2 measures of barley for a shekel, and a measure of fine flour for a shekel shall be tomorrow about this time at the gate of Samaria. And that Lord answered the man of Yahuwah and said, Now, behold, if Yahuwah should make windows in heaven, might such a thing be? And he said, Behold, thou shalt see it with thine eyes, but thou shalt not eat thereof. So it fell out unto them, for the people trode upon him in the gate, and he died. And if Yahuwah says it's going to happen about this time tomorrow, it's going to happen about this time tomorrow. So, and he saw real quick that what Yahuwah said came to pass when he said it was coming to pass. Remember a while ago I was telling y'all about time markers, and when Yahuwah says something and he gives you a specific time when it's going to happen, it happens at that specific time. All right. And he proves it because the verses that come behind it tells you exactly when it happened. And go back, didn't I tell you that this was going? And because you didn't believe, you didn't get to taste it. Now you did, bruh. Last chapter for the day. Last chapter for today. 2 Kings chapter 8. Then Elisha said unto the woman, whose son he had restored. Then spake Elisha unto the woman whose son he had restored to life, saying, Arise, and go thou thine household, and sojourn wheresoever thou canst sojourn, for Yahuwah hath called for a famine, and it shall come upon the land 7 years. And that's just like y'all. He warns his people ahead of time. Sometimes we're a little hard-headed. We won't start preparing when he say, and then we find ourselves scrambling at the end with Alicia, like the dream we had. Like what's going on now, y'all. Like it's crazy because we was having dreams the last year, like about this specific time. Like I had very specific dreams about all the sports teams, closing down. And I said, I think I mentioned this to y'all a couple weeks ago. I was like, what in the world could happen where all the sports teams are going to close down? I didn't doubt it because y'all, if you show me, I've learned enough to know that my dream, although with some of my dreams I can't exactly place the time, but in my dream I realize he gives me time markers. That's why I point them out to you, because that's how he teaches me. He gives me dreams, and then when I see it, I'm like, then I start looking. I think about the dreams that come after that, and they line up, because the first, with all this stuff that start happening, the first dream, and according to what's going on now, the first dream that I had, it was about Hong Kong. Remember when all the chaos and the riots start breaking out, the protests in Hong Kong? I had that dream, like, it was maybe like 6 months before it happened. And then I started, when I was watching news, Hong Kong, the people are protesting, standing out in the street, arm to arm and stuff. And I thought about my dream. I'm like, what? You know, so I started paying attention. And then I started having some of the little other dreams. And then with some of the stuff that's going on now and things being closed and prepare. And Yahuwah saying, telling me and my family, pack your bags, grab your stuff, or pack your bags, grab your stuff, all hell is about to break loose in 30 minutes. He said that to me in my household, but to everybody else that live where he at, he said unto them, he said, go in your homes, lock your doors, prepare for war. All hell is about to break loose in 30 minutes. And in a dream, I wondered, there was a helicopter that was there to get me and my family, but in the dream, we hadn't gotten on the helicopter yet. He was giving us instruction, but the helicopter was there waiting for me and my family. I couldn't understand. I'm like, why are you here to get us and not here to get them? I was like, well, you don't really need to answer that question for real. But all I know, me and my family, we started grabbing our bags, packing our stuff and everything. And my sister had a dream similar to it, I think that same night. And we was telling each other about the dream. It was like, oh my God, we better like really pack our bags, because we didn't know to take it literally or spiritually. But when we had those dreams, we always prepare physically first, just in case. You know, it don't hurt to prepare some stuff just in case, you know. So, and then when I had the dream, I woke up and I was like, James, I just had this dream. I saw all the big sports logos and stuff, and all of them were shutting down. You know, I was like, I'm not sure exactly what it is that will cause that to happen. I was like, but that's what I saw. And then when the thing with the NBA was the first one, the dream came back. So I was like, then I called my mama, and I told my mom, remind her of the dream. I said, remember this. I said, now I know something is really going on. I said, if I'm right, I said, if my dream was right, I said, all the other sports leagues, Mom, I said, within days, I said, they're going to follow this. They're going to follow suit. They're going to shut down too. What happened, y'all? Y'all talking about somebody sweating under the arms and stuff. I'm like, oh crap. I'm like, all right, Father. Clearly, you just didn't show me that just to be showing me that if this was just something that was just going to, blow over. I said, what is really going on? And that's been my prayer, And even today, I'm like, okay, yeah, I know what you showed me. And it happened just like you showed me. Like, all the sports have shut down, like, all over the world. And you showed me that last year, like, that. I had that dream. I had a dream November. This November just passed about the sports teams. The end of it was like the last week of October, end of October, first week of November. I remember it because I set up I got up out of bed. Me and James was sitting there and talking about it, and CNN was on the TV, and I'm like, what in the world? I said, because I saw it was the NBA, I saw the NHL, and I saw the NFL. Then I saw it was like the golf logo, and then I saw it was like a couple more, and I was like, I don't understand that, but I clearly understand it now. He was showing us that this was about to happen. Those were time markers for me to look at and pay attention. I've had some other dreams, so I'm sitting here watching stuff, So, like I said, as much as I know, I warn y'all how I can warn y'all based on my dreams and what actually happened here in the real world, what we see. I'm like, okay, people like this gonna blow, and they could blow over, but a lot of times when y'all show me stuff like that, it don't like just blow over like people tend to think it's just gonna like blow over. It's like a part of something else that's happening, or things that we may not be readily be able to see with our eyes physically, but there is something going on, because y'all just don't show you stuff for kicks and giggles. Just, oh yeah, boom, that red car gonna come around the corner tomorrow about this time. Like, why would you show me that? Like, he just doesn't give you random information that doesn't tie to other stuff, So that's why I say, you gotta really pay attention to what Yahuwah says, because he gives instructions within the instructions. And if you're not keen to understand, and if you're not familiar with, and if you just clearly just gloss over stuff and can't pick it up, you miss it all together. And you may miss your instruction to get to safety. So that's it. Okay, so I'm finished this, y'all. I done ran my mouth enough. All right. And the woman arose and did after the saying of the man of Yahuwah, and she went with her household and sojourned in the land of the Philistines 7 years. I'm on 2 Kings chapter 8, verse 3 now, y'all. And it came to pass at the 7 years end that the woman returned out of the city of the Philistines, and she went forth to cry unto the king for her house and for her land. And the king talked with Gehazi, the servant of the man of Yahuwah, saying, tell me, I pray thee, all the great things that Elisha hath done. And it came to pass, as he was telling, the king knew how he had restored the dead body to life, that behold, the woman whose son he had restored to life cried to the king for her house and for her land. And Gehazi said, My lord, O king, this is the woman, and this is her son, whom Elisha had restored to life. And the king asked the woman. She told him. So the king appointed unto her a certain officer, saying, Restore all that was hers, and all the fruits of the field, since the day she left the land, even unto now. And Elisha came to Damascus, and Ben-Hadad, the king of Syria, was sick. And it was told him, saying, The man of Yahuwah is come hither. And the king said unto Hazael, Take a present in thine hand, and go, meet with the man of Yahuwah, and inquire of Yahuwah by him, saying, Shall I recover of this disease? So Hazael went to meet him, and took a present with him, even of every good thing of Damascus, 40 camels burden, and came and stood before him, and said, Thy son Ben-Hadad, king of Syria, hath sent me to thee, saying, Shall I recover of this disease? And Elisha said unto him, Go say unto him, Thou mayest certainly recover. Howbeit Yahuwah hath showed me that thou shalt surely die. And he settled his countenance steadfastly until he was ashamed, and the man of Yahuwah wept. And Hazael said, Why weepeth my lord? And he answered, Because I know the evil that thou wilt do unto the children of Israel. Their strongholds wilt thou set on fire, and their young men wilt thou slay with the sword, and wilt dash their children, and rip up their women with child. And Hazael said, But what is thy servant, a dog, that he should do this great thing? And Elisha answered, Yahuwah hath showed me that thou shalt surely be king over Syria. So he departed from Elisha and came to his master, who said to him, What saith Elisha to thee? And he answered, He told me that thou shouldst surely recover. And it came to pass on the morrow that he took a thick cloth and dipped it in water and spread it on his face, so that he died. And Hazael reigned in his stead. So if his servant hadn't killed him, he would have recovered, just like Yahuwah said. He said, He shall surely recover, but he shall surely die. So... And the one that the king had sent to ask the question was the one who was going to kill him. Bruh. And in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, the king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being then king of Judah. Yes, baby girl. Oh, go pick him up for me, please. Thank you. She come down here with her unicorn backpack on, ready to go. And in the 5th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, Jehoshaphat being then king of Judah, Mom. Jehoram, the son of Jehoshaphat, king of Judah, began to reign. Yes.
You want all the cups?
Go get them for me. I saw him in there. Thank you. 32 years old was he when he began to reign, and he reigned 8 years in Jerusalem. And he walked in the way of the kings of Israel, as did the house of Ahab. For the daughter of Ahab was his wife, and he did evil in the sight of Yahuwah. Yet Yahuwah would not destroy Judah for David his servant's sake, as he promised to give him always a light, and to his children. In his days, Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah and made a king over themselves. So Joram went over Zaire and all the chariots with him, and he rose by night and smote the Edomites, which compassed him about, and the captains of the chariots, and the people fled into their tents. Yet Edom revolted from under the hand of Judah unto this day. Then Libnah revolted at the same time, and the rest of the acts of Joram and all that he did, are they not written in the book of the Chronicles of the kings of Judah? So Joram slept with his fathers and was buried with his fathers in the city of David. And I can't say that name today. Ahaziah, his son, reigned in his stead. In the 12th year of Joram, the son of Ahab, king of Israel, did Ahaziah, the son of Joram, king of Judah, began to reign. 22 years old was Ahaziah when he began to reign, and he reigned 1 year in Jerusalem. And his mother's name was Athaliah, the daughter of Omri, the king of Israel. And he walked in the way of the house of Ahab, and did evil in the sight of Yahuwah, as did the house of Ahab, for he was the son-in-law of the house of Ahab. And he went with Joram, the son of Ahab, to war against Hazael, the king of Syria, in Ramoth Gilead, and the Syrians wounded Joram. And King Joram went back to be healed in Jezreel of the wounds which the Syrians had given him at Ramah, when he fought against Hazael, king of Judah. when he fought against Hazael, king of Syria. And Ahaziah, the son of Jehoram, king of Judah, went down to see Joram, the son of Ahab, in Jezreel because he was sick. Thank you very much. Sit it up there. All right, y'all. And that's our reading for today. That was 2 Kings 6, 7, and 8. I hope you enjoyed it. If you missed it, you know what to do. All right, y'all. I'm going to go ahead and get us out of here before she starts. May Yahuwah bless us and keep us. May Yahuwah make his face to shine upon us and be gracious unto us. May Yahuwah lift up his countenance upon us and give us his peace. All right, y'all. I love y'all, and I will see you in the morning.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.